Okay, so let's start now. It's 8 o'clock already. Okay, what is the value? What is the value of the digit 8 in 92.485? So you will need to know the place value. All right, now we're going to revise the place value again. So if it's 92 in front, if you see the digit in front of the decimal point, that is your ones place. Okay, then the digit 9 is your tens. These are your whole numbers. Behind the decimal point, the digit 4, that will be your decimal, tender. Okay, and then your eights will be hundred, and then getting further away, the 5 will be your thousand. Okay, so that's your decimal. TH, there's a TH behind the decimal point. All right, so what is the value of the digit 8? That will be 800. So answer should be number 3. Okay, correct? So let's go on to the next one. All right, if you need to copy down the corrections, you just let me know. Then we'll just wait for you. All right, question number 2, how to divide fractions. Keep, change, flip. Okay, by now you should be expert already. So how do you continue? Cancel diagonal. Cancel diagonal numbers. 5 divided by 5, 10 divided by 5. All right, and once your denominator is a 1, there's nothing else to cancel. Then you just multiply. 3 times 2, 6. 1 times 1 is 1. And your answer will be 6. So lesson here, keep, change, flip when you divide your fractions. Okay? All right, let's go to next one. Question number 3. What is the sum of the factors of 21? All right, this one, there is a trap here. 1 times 21 is 21. So you can't do mental sum. You have to write out the factors. You have to write like this. 2 cannot, 3 times 7 equal 21. 4 cannot, 5 cannot, 6 cannot, 7 have already. So you don't need to write 7 times 3 because it's the same as 3 times 7. All right, this one quite easy. All right, there's no trick. So how do you add the factors? You take 1 plus 3 plus 7 plus 21 because you want to find the sum of all the factors. So you add them together, and there's a quick way to add them together. You can just add a few numbers at a time. So 1 plus 3, 4, 4 plus 7, 11. Then 11 plus 21. You will do your working, you will get 32. So the sum is 32. Correct? Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, Jairus, you want to put your camera down a bit lower because we don't see half your head, half your face. Okay, yeah, that's good. Now, a boat is sailing in the east direction. If it turns 135 degrees clockwise, which direction will it be sailing? Now, you will need to break up the 135 degrees into smaller numbers. So 90 and 45. And clockwise is following the clock, right? How the clock moves. So that's clockwise. And you need to draw your compass, right? So don't do mentally because then you will make careless mistake. North, south, west, east, right? And then your diagonal, which is your northwest, and so on. Okay, so do you need to write all these? It's up to you. Okay, so the boat is sailing in the east direction, which is here. So you need to turn 90 clockwise, another 45 degrees clockwise. So where is the boat sailing now? The boat is now sailing in the southwest direction. So the answer is number 4. All right. Okay, not clear, just let me know. Then we explain again. Okay, question 5, algebra. Now, for question 5, if you don't know how to do, circle. Circle the groups, right, like this. And then you arrange the groups. Put the groups with the same kind together. For example, the whole number. Put the whole number together beside each other. Then put the letters together beside each other, like this. And then after that, you can easily get the answer. 4 minus 3, 1, plus 4y plus 2y will be 6y. Okay, your 1 plus 6y is the same as 6y plus 1. Same. So your answer will be number 3. Okay, so you circle the groups, and then you arrange them, put the groups with the same kind, one up beside each other. Okay, question number 6, you haven't learned that. Nets and solid figures. So for my group students, private students, you will learn that very soon already. Okay, but what is the name of this solid? What you see now is called the nets. Nets. What is a net? It's like you unwrap the present, and then it looks like this. Okay, if I were to draw into the solid figure, it will look something like this. Don't worry if you get the answer wrong. All right, so you haven't really learned this yet. So this is a solid that you can form into using the nets. So can you see there are 3 rectangular faces? 1, then opposite also got 1, below also got 1 rectangular face. And there are 2 triangular faces. So 1 here and 1 opposite. So what do you call this figure? What do you call this solid? It's called definitely it's not a cuboid. Definitely it's not a cylinder. What is a cylinder? A cylinder is something like this. Okay, something like this. A cylinder. All right, it's a circular tube. Pyramid is something like this. Pyramid. Okay, this one can't draw a pyramid lah. I don't know how to. Okay, it's something like that lah. Pyramid. Okay, pyramid. Something like that. Pyramid. Okay, so this is called a prism. A prism. But how do you know it's a prism? And what is a prism? Now, a prism is anything that you can cut into. You can cut. It's like a cake. You cut the cake into many parts. For example, you cut here. Then you look at the inside of the cake. And what do you see? You will see a triangular face. Then you cut another part, another slice, and you look at the inside again. You will see another same shape and same size. It's a same triangular face. So no matter how you cut, the shape is always a triangular face. And if you can see that, that is a prism. For example, is a cuboid a prism? Is a cuboid also a prism? Now, for example, you look at this cuboid, and if you cut, then what do you see inside? You will see like a rectangular face. You cut again, you will see another similar rectangular face. So the cuboid is also called a prism. Okay, a prism. But is the pyramid a prism? Or let's look at the cylinder. Okay, cylinder. If you cut the cylinder, you cut it into one part, you look at the inside, circular face. Cut another piece, another part again, another circular piece. So you look at the inside, it's the same shape and same size. Do you see that all these are the same shape and the same size? So if you can cut them into many parts and it's the same shape and same size, it is called a prism. So is a pyramid a prism? You cut here, what happened? You look at the inside, it's a triangle. You cut another part, the triangle gets bigger. You cut another part, the triangle gets even bigger. So is this a prism? No, it's not a prism because no matter when you cut it, you don't have the same size, even though it's the same shape. Okay, so a prism is something when you cut, no matter how many parts you cut, is you look at the inside, it's always the same shape and the same size. Okay, all right. So group students, you will watch the video. Okay, you will see the video on this later on. Okay, question 7. What is angle BCF? So you will need to put the question mark. You will need to do something to the drawing, like arrowheads, to show that they are parallel. And then rectangle has right angles, right? So you may want to do all this so that you know how to get your answer. Okay. And then how do you get the question mark? Go and find other angles that are easy to find. In a parallelogram, opposite angles are equal. Okay, and then this is the most important property that you need to remember all the time. When you see two lines parallel, what happened? The angles between the two lines that are parallel must be 180. This is a very important property. So 180 minus 50, this angle is 130. Okay, now can you find the question mark already? So you can see the angles, they form like a circle. Okay, like a circle. So you take 360, angle at the point, minus 130 and minus 90, and you will get your question mark already. All right, so do your working carefully, and you will get 140 degrees. Okay, answer number 3. Okay, got it? So there is a very important property that Mr. want to say again, which is the lines that are parallel. Whenever you see lines that are parallel, just remember, okay, the angles between them, the angles between the two lines add together 180, because this will help you to solve very important, very hard questions. Okay, let's go to the next one. Question number 8. This one. To get your percentage, you must get your fraction first. So express 6 minutes as a fraction of 0.5 hour. Now, you can't get your fraction yet because the units are not the same. When you do math, you must always make sure the units are the same. 6 minutes, change it to, or should we change the hour to minute, which is better. 6 minutes and 0.5 hour is half an hour, which is 30 minutes. Okay, so make sure when you do math, all the units must be the same. Then how do you convert to percentage? You just have to make the denominator 100. So get your simplest form first. Get your simplest form already. Then after that, you can get your denominator 100. So 5 times 20 and 1 times 20. So 20 over 100, and that will be 20%. So answer number 2. Understand? All right. So to get your fraction, we always try to get fraction first because it's easier. When you get your fraction already, then you can get your percentage. Okay, let's go to the next one. All right. Do you need to copy? So Bailey, do you get the answer correct? Okay, question number 9. Radius of the wheel is 35 cm. What's the distance it will cover if it makes 10 revolutions? So 10 revolutions means 10 rounds. So are we talking about area or circumference? When you are talking about how many rounds the wheel make, that is what? How many rounds? How many rounds? That is circumference. So no area. So if you find area, answer wrong. So when the wheel has made one round, what is the distance traveled? Something like this. The wheel make one round already. The distance traveled will be where? You will have to what? You will have to find the circumference of the wheel. Then you will know how far the wheel has traveled. Okay, and it is not 35 times 2, not 35 times 2. Okay, you have to what? You will have to find the circumference of the wheel, pi d. Pi is 22 over 7, diameter is 35. Change the whole number into a fraction. Cancel 7, cancel 35. So 35 divided by 7 is 5. Then 22 times 5 is 110. 1 times 1 is 1. And so when the wheel makes one round, what is the distance traveled? 110 cm. So when the wheel makes one round, it's like a rubber band, right? You have a rubber band, okay, rubber band. You cut the rubber band, and then what happened? You straighten the rubber band, it will become a straight line. That is your distance traveled in one round. Okay? All right. So I hope you didn't go and take 35 times 2 and get the answer 70, which is not the answer. So pi d is the circumference. So the wheel makes, in one round, the wheel travel 110 centimeter. So 10 rounds will be what? 10 rounds will be 110 times 10. Okay, I think there's a typo error, right? Yeah, there's a uh, hold on. Mr. Make a mistake. Pi d. Mr. Going to take pi times radius. Sorry. Mr. Make a mistake. The radius you need to times 2. Times 2, which is 35 times 2. My apologies. Mr. Do a bit too fast already. So, my apologies. Can you erase all this thing? So, how do you find the circumference? Pi d, which is pi times circumference. Circumference, pi times diameter. Diameter. What's the diameter? Take the radius times 2. 70. 35 times 2, 70. Okay, my mistake. So radius times 2 to get the diameter, then change the whole number into fraction, divide by 7, divide by 7. Okay, and then 22 times 10, 220. Then 1 times 1, you get 1. So 220 divided by 1, 220 cm. So when the whale makes one round, what's the distance traveled? 220 cm. But not the answer, because the whale makes 10 rounds. So 10 times 220. And that will be 2,200 centimeter. So the whale travels 2,200 centimeter in 10 rounds. So every time you see the whale make revolution, when the whale make how many revolution, is that area or circumference? That is a circumference question. All right, so don't find area. Okay, question number 10. Which square must you unshade, must be unshaded to make the figure symmetric along the line XY? So which letters do you erase? Okay, if you look carefully, you can see D opposite got another square already. So don't erase, don't unshade, don't go and take out letter D. Look at letter C, opposite also got a square already. Look at letter B, opposite also got a square already. So don't go and take out all these letters because they are symmetric already. Look at letter A, and then you go opposite. So opposite, do you see any square shaded? A, there's no square shaded. So which means that you will have to take out letter A. Right? Letter A or square A must be unshaded. So when you unshade square A, what will happen? Then the figure will become symmetric. Then this square A will become unshaded. Okay, got it? So you will need to unshade square A. Clear? Okay, let's go to the next one. Question 11. Now, question 11, when you see every three books, the word every, you can use grouping or you can use ratio. So we're going to use ratio to do this, which is quite simple lah. So every three books, Cheryl read. Joyce read two more. So 3 plus 2 become 5. And then when you do ratio, there's a total. Total is 8. All right, so how do we know whether we can use ratio? When you see the word every, you can also use ratio. And then altogether, they read 120 books. Isn't that 8 units? So 8 units will be 120. Then your 1 unit will be 120 divided by 8. 1 unit is 15. So can you find how many books did Joyce read? Joyce read 5 units. So 15 times 5, 75. So your answer is number 4. Now, if you're using ratio, you must label the name. If you don't label, you don't know what is it. So must label the person, must also have a total in your ratio. Otherwise, you will get stuck if you don't have the total. Understand? Okay, question number 12. The length of a rectangle is 8 cm. The perimeter of the rectangle is 3x. What's the breadth of the rectangle in terms of x? If you have difficulty trying to get the answer, then you should draw. The length is 8, right? Obviously, it's also 8. Perimeter is 3x. Can you find the breadth? So you draw and then you can see more clearly. How do you find the question mark? It's like a primary 3 question. How do you find the breadth? You take 8 plus 8 equals 16. Then the perimeter minus 16. And you will get what? You will get these two sides. Perimeter minus 16, right? You get the 2 breadth. And then you will need to divide by 2 to get 1 breadth. How many is 1 breadth? So your 1 breadth is 3x minus 16 divided by 2. Answer number 4. Clear? Easy? Got it? Right? Okay. And also, Miss Song tell you something. Now, what happens if I still don't know how to do? Remember, Miss Song told you, change the letter into a number, give a number, any number, 20, maybe 20. Then it become a primary 3 question already. How do you find the question mark? 20 minus 8 plus 8. Okay, so 8 plus 8 equals 16. So 20 minus 16, you will get 4. Then after that, you divide by 2. So 4 divided by 2, and you get your breadth. Okay, now why do you want to do this? So that you can copy the steps. This is what you do. If you don't know what to do, change the letter into a number. Copy the step. Then what do you do now? You take 8 plus 8. Okay, still 8 plus 8 equals 16, right? Copy. Then 20 is not 20 anymore already, because 20 is what? 20 is now 3x. So there's no 20, but it's actually 3x. So 3x, okay, so 3x minus 16, right? Then what's the last step? Divide by 2, right? Then the answer, divide by 2. So that's how you also get the same answer. All right, got it? So this is another way to solve the algebra problem. You change it into a primary 3 problem, and then you copy the steps. Okay, question 13. Question 13, the average savings for the 4 weeks was $460. Every time you see average, you can find the total already. So always remember, when you have average, you can find total. You take the average and you multiply by 4 to get the total. So 460 times 4, the total is $1,840, which is over here. Okay, and then you can get the question mark already. So remember, when you have average, you can find the total. So you then you just add these 3 numbers together, all right, and add carefully. So 420 plus 470 plus 450, you will get 1340. Then the total minus 1340 to get the question mark, which is $500, right? So week 2 should be $500. Answer number 3. Good. Any mistakes so far? The paper one that you have done for this one is considered quite not hard. I won't say it's very easy, but can do well. Can do well for this paper one. All right, if you remember what you have learned. Now there were 800 children and 1,200 adults attending a concert. 27% of the audience were men. How many men were there? Now, whenever you see fractions and percentage, wherever you see fraction or percentage, you need to ask what are they talking about. Look at what's behind the of what? The audience. Yeah. Then can you find how many is the audience and who are the audience? The children and the adults. Add them together, that will be the audience. So then you put over here. And then 27% of, what do you mean by of? That will be times of the audience, which is 2,000, right? And then what do you do now? You change the percentage into a fraction and you multiply by 2,000. So lesson here, put the numbers below the audience, right? If you see a percentage problem, put the number there. Then you will know how to continue already. Change the whole number into a fraction, cancel 20, cancel 20, And when the denominator is 1, there's nothing to cancel. So 27 times 20, that will be 540, right? Then 1 times 1 is 1. So you will get 540 men. So 27 of the audience were men, which is how many? 540. So answer number 4. Do you understand? Okay, right? So every time you see a percentage, what do? See whether can put a number here. Put the number, find the number, and put inside here. Then you can 27% times the number. Okay, multiply by the number. Okay, question 15. Question 15, some of you may get it wrong. And okay, a piece of cardboard 2.5 meter long and 1.44 meter wide is cut into squares with side 30 cm. What is the maximum square that you can cut from the cardboard? Now, did anybody take 2.5 meter times 1.44 meter, which you also can't do because it's very hard, no calculator. And then later, what do? Then you take 30 times 30, and then after that you divide to get how many squares. That is not correct. That is not the correct way to do it. Now, the correct way to do it is something similar to your volume. You need to draw a rectangle square, a cardboard, 2.5 meter, change it into cm. Remember, when you do math, all your units must be the same because there's a 30 cm, 1.44 meter, 2.5 meter, change it to cm. Then, can you cut how many squares along the length? How many squares can you cut along where? Along the length of this cardboard. And that is the lesson. How many squares can you cut along here? You take 250 and divide by 30, which is one side of the square. And you will get 8, remainder 10. Okay? All right, you do your working, you get 8, remainder 10. What does that mean? It means that you can cut 8 square like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And do you see some empty space here, which is 10 cm? Not enough to cut another square. All right, so this is the empty space that you cannot cut another square. You can only cut 8 squares along the length. Then how about the breadth? How about the breadth here? How many squares can you cut? You take 144 and you also divide by 30 because every side of a square is 30. All right, then you do your working. 144 divided by 30. So 4 times 30, you get 120. Okay, 4 times 30 is 120. Then you get a remainder 24. So which means that you can only cut 4 squares. And there is some empty space here. Or there's some leftover cardboard, which is 24 cm, not enough to cut another square. So you can only cut 4 squares along the breadth. And then, how many squares can you cut from this cardboard altogether? Then, okay, let me just write down here, 4 remainder 24 cm. So how many squares can you cut from this cardboard? 8 times 4. 8 times 4. And you will get 32 squares that you can cut from the cardboard. So your answer is 2. And why 8 times 4? Why 8 times 4? Because if I were to continue to cut some more, all right, something like this, isn't that 8 times 4? Right? Correct, 8 times 4, right? So this is the number of squares, the maximum squares that you can cut from the cardboard. Okay, do you understand? So this is the way to do it, the correct way to do it. Same for your volume. Remember the volume? How many cubes can you put inside the box, right? Something like that, similar also. Okay, right? Anyone get 32? Only one person, 2%. Then the rest. Now you understand how to do already? Okay, let's go to question 16. Okay, question 16 got mistake. Mr. Hong make a mistake. Or typing error. 6 minus 2. Not 2 minus 6. Yeah, but I'm sure you will know how to do, even though there's a mistake there. Okay, don't worry if you didn't get the answer because of the mistake. Let's revise this. Do the bracket first. Bracket is the most important. You need to write down everything that you see. Right? Write down everything and then put the answer below the bracket. Okay? Then you have plus, divide, and times. What do you do first? Divide. Put the arrow sign to show that you do the divide first. Then you copy down everything again, put the answer below the arrow sign, then times 4. Now you have plus and times. So you do the times first. So 26 plus 40. And your answer will be 66. All right, so Mr. I forgot to tell you that 6 minus 2, not 2 minus 6. Okay, but sometimes if you see a mistake like this, I want you to correct your own mistake. Yeah, see whether you can correct, just change it lah. Change it to something that like 2 minus 6, you just change it to 6 minus 2, right? Also can. Okay, let's go to question 17. Question 17, If you make a mistake, it's because you did not label your ratio. Amy has 5 over 6. The money Ben has. Number one, when you see fractions in the middle of the sentence, you need to break up the fraction like this. So, and then if you are using ratio method, you need to label your ratio 5 is to 6. And your ratio must have a total, always have a total. And that is 11. So what's the ratio of Ben to the total? So did anyone put 5 is to 6? Anybody? Right, if you have put 5 is to 6, then you did not read the question carefully. Because what's the ratio of Ben to the total? Right, so that will be 6 is to 11. And that's the answer. Okay, so remember to label your ratio and have the total in your ratio. Okay, let's go on to next one. Question 18. P is equal to 4. So can you give your answer as a mixed number? Now, when you do this kind of question, don't break up the steps. 7p, just write 7 times 4, fraction 8 plus 3. Don't break up the steps. What do you mean by don't break up the steps? Means you don't break up the steps like this. Then where's your plus 3? Your plus 3 is like not there. So don't break up the steps. Put them together. Then 7 times 4 is 28 over 8. Then continue to put them together. And then 28 over 8, get your mix, go and divide. And you will get a fraction. Don't divide some more. If you divide some more, become a decimal already. So you have 3 and 4 over 8 plus 3. And this is a P4. How to add them together? 3 plus 3, 3 becomes 6, and 4 over 8. And you need to have a simplest form, right? So that will be 6.5. And if you write 6.5, the answer is wrong because it must be a mixed number. And if you write 6 and 4 over 8, you will still get correct because the question never asks you to simplify. All right? But if the question asks you to simplest form, then you must have 6.5. Understand? So I'm sure everybody all get this correct, right? Hopefully. Okay, but if not, make sure you know your mistake. All right, Madam Ong had 1,400 pineapple tarts. She gave her daughter 2/5. When you see fraction and percentage, you must ask what are they talking about? What is this fraction talking about? Look at what's behind the of. Of what? Of them. What is them? The pineapple tarts. So she gave her daughter 2/5 of them. Now, if you don't want to draw a model, right, which is quite easy to do, then 2/5 of, remember the percentage, times of is times. And what is them? Oh, go and put the number on top lah. You put the number on top of the similar just now, right? Put the number on top of the word. So times 1,400. Then change the whole number to fraction. 5 divided by 5, 1,400 divided by 5. Do your working, and you will get 280. Then when the denominators are 1, there's nothing else to cancel. So 2 times 280 is 560. 1 times 1 is 1. So how many did she give her daughter? 560 pineapple tarts. And she also gave 208 tarts to her neighbor. How many tarts left? Then what do? You take 1,400 minus 560 minus 208. All right, now Miss Tong give you a tip. Do less minus because minus is a bit more harder than plus. Do less minus and do more plus. 560 plus 208. It is easier to plus. Then after that, okay, get the answer. So how many did she give away? She gave away 768. Then after that, you just have to do one minus only. 1,400 minus 768. And you will get what? You will get 632 tarts left. Right? How come Mr. Tong how come Mr. Tong say don't do more plus than minus? Because if you do more minus, like over here, you have to minus one time and then minus a second time, you may make some silly mistakes. Okay? Because minus you have to borrow and lend. So if you like, you can do more plus. Do more plus, then do minus one time. Okay, that is how you avoid careless mistakes. So do you get your answer 632, which should be quite easy. Next one. Okay, a tank measured 34 by 12 by 20 is 3 over 8 full of water. How much water is needed to fill the tank completely? When you see a fraction, there must be 8 over 8, 3 over 8, and there must be 5 over 8, which is the empty space. So the tank has an empty space, which is 5 over 8. So make sure when you see a fraction, you have other fractions as well. 8 over 8, 3 over 8, 5 over 8. Next step, shortcut. Okay, there's a shortcut here. Can I find what is eight? What is the volume of the tank? Right, the volume of the tank is 34 times 12 times 20, which is 8 units. Okay, now your teacher will have taught you 34 times 12 times 20, right? Yeah, you can do like that. But Mr. Ong want to do faster. You can also take 8 over 8, which is the height of the tank. But there's a problem because 20 a bit hard to divide by 8. So if it's a bit hard to divide by 8, then don't do this way. All right, this is actually the shortcut to get your answer faster, but you can't divide by 8 because it's a bit harder. So what do? All right, then never mind. Then you just find the volume. Just take 34 times 12 times 20. All right, do the working. All right, this one you cannot avoid. You have to do working. So 34 times 12. And then what do you get? Then you get 408, then times 20. So that will be 8160, 8 units. Okay, 8 units. Then 1 unit, divide by 8. Okay, so divide by 8, 1020. Okay, and then how much water must you fill the tank? You must fill another 5 units, right? Because the tank got 5 units of no water, no water. So you must fill another 5 units. So 1020 times 5. And your answer will be 5100 centimeter cube or 5.1 liters or 5100 ml. So you have 3 possible answers. Okay, because the question never asks you to write in liters, so you can choose whichever answer you want. Okay, clear? Okay, this paper one is quite easy. You can see that not later on you will see a few questions that are a bit challenging, but still quite easy because they are not very wordy. Okay, question 21, we come to speed. Okay, there's a trap here. If you don't draw the model, you will get tricked. Now, the distance between X and Y is 120 kilometer. Mr. Lee took 2 hours 40 minutes to travel from X to Y and come back. What was the average speed for the whole journey? So, how does the model looks like? You have a distant line. Okay, those in my group, you should know already. All right, there's a map from X to Y, dotted line to show where is Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee took 2 hours 40 minutes to go to town Y, and now Mr. Lee is at town Y already, and then now he come back also. Ah, so how many parts of the journey? You have 2 parts: speed, distance, and time for the first part. Coming back, there's also another family. Miss Song call this family lah. All right, in this family, you have speed, distance, and time. So when there are 2 parts of the journey, you have 2 families. And then there is a boss family. Remember, one person is moving, there's a boss family. All right, what do you do now? Just plug the numbers put inside. The distance between the 2 towns is 120. Coming back is also 120. Am I correct? And Mr. Lee took 2 hours 40 minutes to go to town Y and come back. And this is where you put 2 hours 40 minutes, which is the total time taken. Yeah, so make sure you know where to put. You put in the wrong place, you get the wrong answer. What's the average speed for the whole journey? Question mark, which is the boss family. What do you mean by the boss family? It means the speed for the entire journey, total distance, total time. Okay, that is the boss. Okay, so the speed refers to the speed for everything. All right, everything. The distance refer to going there and come back, which is everything. The time also everything. All right. Okay. Now, how does the model guide me? After you draw the model, how does it help me? It will tell you to go and find any number that you can find. Do you see a lot of numbers are missing? So can you go and find all this? Oh, by the way, Miss Sun put the 2 hour 40 minutes in the wrong place. The 2 hour 40 minutes should be here. 2 hour 40 minutes. Total time. Okay? All right. And then you can see a lot of blanks there. So the model will go and tell you. The model will tell you, can you find any missing numbers? Yeah, can find. Because I add the distances together, I will get the total distance already, which is 240 kilometer. And then, can I find the average speed for the entire journey? Yes, I can, because I must remember the triangle. How do you find the speed? Speed is equal to distance divided by time. And you look at the time, hours and minutes. Can you change it to hour? How do you change it to hour? To 40 out of 60. This is how you change the hours and minutes into hour, right? And you have to simplify already because no calculator. So 40 over 60, you divide by 20, you get 2. 60 divided by 20, you get 3. So the total time taken is 2 and 2/3 hour. And now can I find the speed? Speed is equal to distance divided by time. Okay, this part is not easy because you have to know how to divide fractions, how to multiply fractions. So change the whole number into a fraction, then keep, change. And what happened to the mixed number? The mixed number, you will have to change it to improper fraction. So 2 times 3, 6. 6 plus 2 is 8 over 3. 8 over 3, tombalik, become 3 over 8. Okay, one more time. If you see a mixed number, every time you multiply a mixed number or you divide a mixed number, change the mixed number into what? Improper fraction. So 2 times 3, 6. 6 plus 2 is 8 over 3. So you turn it upside down, become 3 over 8. Right? Okay, now cancel, divide by 8. 240 divided by 8 become 30. And 30 times 30, 30 times 3, 90. And then 1 times 1, 1. So what's the average speed for the entire journey? 90 kilometers per hour. Okay, and that's how you get your answer. Did anyone get 90? Only Ruel. Okay, those who attended my speed lesson, you should know how to draw the model, right? And at least get some parts of the steps correct. Okay. All right. Do I need to find all the other missing numbers? No need. Once you got the answer, you can ignore them. Okay, graph. Let's go to graph. Now, when you do graph, you need to count the units, which is quite easy. 2 units is 10. So first thing to do is you see line graph, bar graph, you have to count the units. Then your 1 unit is 5. Then after that, you will need to put the numbers onto the bar graph. So 65, 90, 40, and this is 80, and this is 95. Okay? You must do all these things first. Then you see a mixed number again. Same. What do you do with the mixed number? Change it to improper fraction. 1 times 8 plus 5, 13 over 8. Then arrow pointing. Remember the arrow pointing? Break up. Break up. Then which day has 13 units? And Friday got 8 units. Like that, lor. This is important. If you see a mixed number in your bar graph or in your speed, right? When you need to multiply a mixed number, what do? Change it to improper fraction. Then you can break up and you can even convert to ratio. Change this into ratio if you want. Draw model also can, but you must change the mixed number into improper fraction. So Friday has 40. So 8 unit is 40. 1 unit is 40 divided by 8. So 13 unit will be 13 times 5. 65. So which day got 65? Then you look at the bar graph. Wednesday. Wednesday got 65. Answer. Right answer, Wednesday. Got it? Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, now this one. This is the one. Looks simple, but can be hard. This is actually a primary 3 question. Can be a primary 3 or primary 4. All right? And it's, okay, how do you do this? Branching. Okay, there's something called branching method. 12 teams took part in the badminton tournament. Each team played one match against all the other teams. All right? And you can only play against the other team once only. Right? So how many matches were played all together? Now, how to do this? Right? It doesn't look like a math problem, right? So 12 teams. So what do? There are 12 teams, right? The first team, quite easy. It's something called branching. Play with the second team. Then after that, play with the third team. Then fourth, then fifth. So you have to do this. 6, 7, 8, then 9, then 10. Okay, that's a lot lah. Then 11. Okay, but there's a pattern. If you can see a pattern, you don't have to do all this, right? So how many games played by the first team? So you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So the first team has played 11 games. First team. All right. All right. Now we go to second team. Second team. So second team cannot play with the first team anymore because the first team has played with the second already. So second team will play with the third. Then after that, the fourth, fifth, and then sixth, and then seventh, and then 8, then 9, 10, 11, and 12, right? And how many games did the second team play? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do you see a pattern? Do you see a pattern? Do I need to draw for third team, fourth team? Do I need to draw some more? No, I don't want. Too many. Do you see the first team played 11, second team played 10? So there is a pattern. 11, 10, then the third team will be 9, 8, 7. These are the games played by each team. First team play 11, second team play 10, third team play 9, fourth team 8, fifth team 7. The sixth team will play 6 game. Then 5, yeah, no space already. Then 4, then 3, then 2, and then 1. How many teams already? First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so if you continue to draw for the third team, you'll find that the third team will play 9 games. If you draw for the fourth team will play only 8 games. So there is a pattern. All right, so now what do? You add them all together, and that will be the total matches played all together. All right, and is there a way to add them all together? No calculator? There's a way. You group them, okay? You just don't add everything together, just add a few together. Then it will be easier to plus them without mistake. So 11 plus 10 plus 9, how many is that? That will be 30. Then 8 plus 7, 15. 15 plus 6 is 21. 21 plus 5 is 26. 4 plus 3 is 7. 2 plus 1 plus 0 is 3. So when you have a lot of numbers to add, what do? Just group them together and add them together according to the groups, right? Group them together and it's easier to add. So 30 plus 26 will be how many? 30 plus 26 will be 56. Then 7 plus 3 will be 10. So total 66 matches. Do you get the answer correct? Did anyone get the answer correct? This is a little... Okay, you got the answer correct for Joshua. This is actually a P3 question, and Charlene also, right? And in the P3 lesson, what they learn? Branching. This is something called branching method. Okay? Okay. But this question is not common, not common. So you don't really see this question. Okay, question 24. Now, during the Chinese New Year promotion, every 9 visitors was given a free tickets. How many free tickets were given to a group of 120 visitors? Do you see the question here? There is a method here. What's the method? Every 9 visitors was given a free ticket. Means there are 8 visitors who must pay money. So can you find how many? Can you find how many groups make up 120 visitors? So the method is grouping, right? And you meet one group. What is grouping? Grouping means you meet one group first. So how many visitors pay money? So let's put down pay money lah. Okay, how many visitors pay money? 8. And then there is a free. One visitor was given a free tickets, and the total visitors in a group is 9. Okay, yeah. So grouping method. And once you make one group already, and also there's a bracket. The bracket means how much. But is there how much money inside here? Don't have. So we can ignore the bracket. What do you put in the box? In the box, you put how many? How many tickets? How many whatever? Okay, how many groups make up 120 visitors? Then you take 120, divide by 9 to get how many groups? So if you do your dividing, 120 divided by 9, 1 times 9, then 3, then 0, then 3 times 9 is 27. So what is 13 remainder 3? What is 13 remainder 3? 13 groups and remainder 3. What is that 3? There are 3 visitors who must pay money. Because you need to have 8 visitors, then you have one more person who get free ticket. But you only got 3 visitors who cannot form a group. So remainder means cannot form a group. Okay, so how many free tickets are there? If there are 13 groups, one group got 1 free ticket. There are 13 groups, 13 times 1. So there must be 13 free tickets. Do you understand? Okay. Yeah. So every time there's a remainder 3 or there's a remainder, it means that cannot form a group. And because you cannot form a group, there is no free ticket. No free ticket. You must have a complete group. Then the nine person will the 9 person will get a free tickets. Okay? All right. Let's go to question 25. So far, any question? Is the lesson clear? No, not clear. Is the lesson clear? Lesson clear, right? Okay, let's go to the next one. In the figure below, ABEF is a parallelogram. So remember, where is your ABEF here? So this is a parallelogram. So you have lines, they are parallel. Opposite sides, they are parallel. Okay, so you may want to put the arrowheads there. And there's a trapezium. Trapezium means there are only two lines that are parallel. In the trapezium, only two lines are parallel. And AFE is 70. What is angle X? Okay, how do you do that? Very simple. Look for angles that are easier to find. Actually quite easy. In the parallelogram, opposite angle is 70. Can you find angle X already? So there's a straight line. Straight line means angle on the straight line is 180 minus 70, 110. So this one quite easy. Do you get 110? Right? Okay, let's go to question 26. Again, algebra. Dolly had 19M cupcakes. She gave 3M to her teacher, 4 cupcakes to her neighbor, and she gave the remainder equally to 5 classmates. So, how many cupcakes did each classmate receive in terms of M? Okay, if I don't know how to do in the exam, what do I do? Give a number, 100. Then maybe this one, I don't know, maybe 30, I don't know, 30. Okay, so now can we solve already? Dolly got 100, she gave 30, and she also gave 4. So can you find the remainder? So you take 30 plus 4 to find how many Dolly give away, right? 30 plus 4 will be 34, right? Some of you will say that 100 minus 30 minus 4 also can. All right, we can also do that. So if you take 130, or if you take 100 minus 30 minus 4, also can, up to you. Okay? All right, then you will get what? Then you get the remainder. So how much is the remainder? You will get 66, right? All right, 100 minus 34 will be 66. That's the remainder. And then what do you do with the remainder? Then you divide by 5. And of course, you can't divide because there's a decimal. But don't care about the answer. What you want is the steps. Okay? And now we're going to copy the steps. Dolly had 19M minus 30, which is 3M, minus 4. So you change the 30, no more 30 already, it's 3M, right? So that's why you can see the 3M here, 19M, no more 100 also, no more 100 is 19M. So 19M minus 3M minus 4. Okay, and then can you simplify? What is 19M minus 3M? That will be 16M minus 4. And then after that, what is the last step? The last step is divide. Divide by 5. So 16M minus 4 and then divide by 5 to get each classmate has how many. And that's your answer already. Do you understand? Got it? Try not to do this way, lah. Mr. will advise you try not to do this unless you really don't know. Try to go straight to algebra because the lesson is how to use algebra to solve it. All right, so try not to make it into a P3 problem. Unless you don't know, then you change it into a P3 problem. But as much as possible, try to think in algebra. Got it? All right, let's go to question 27. Now, question 27, if you get it wrong, Mr. is going to, this is a P4 question. Or can I say P3 also? It can also be a P3. And there's a big method, or there's not a big method. It's not a common method. There are 38 motorcycles and cars. That's a total. That's a total. 38 motorcycles and cars. You have a total there. There are 100 wheels altogether. That's another total. When you have two total, assumption method. Yeah, so we don't really do assumption method often. All right, and this is a P3, P4 question. So if you don't know how to do assumption, Mr. will teach you another way. Okay, another way that can help to get the answer easier and also understand better. Now, if you know that you can use assumption, then what do? And you don't know how to do assumption, then you do a method called 3 rows get the answer. Okay, this method is very easy to understand and easier than assumption. So you have to just cut 1 row, right? And something like guess and check. So you just have to label motorcycle, then cut how many wheels in the motorcycle, cut how many cars, and then cuts how many wheels, and then cuts total vehicles, which is 38 vehicles, and then how many wheels altogether? 100 wheels altogether. All right. Now, there are three methods to solve this problem. Three methods. Assumption method, which is the best method. Okay, the best method. Later I'll show you. Okay. Or the second method, which is called three rows get the answer. And the last method is guess and check. Guess and check is the worst method because you may have more than three rows, right? It may take more time. So I will show you the three rows get the answer. Then later on, I show you how to do the assumption method. So first step, you take the 38, right? Okay. What do? Very simple. Just start with one. Okay, one. You can have one motorcycle or one car up to you. Okay, if there's one motorcycle, then how many cars? 38 minus 1 will be 37. Okay, so three rows get the answer, you just have to start with one. Just one only. Very simple. One motorcycle or one car. One motorcycle got two wheels. 37 cars will be 37 times 4. So you will have to do some working and you will get 148 wheels. Okay, how many wheels are there altogether? 2 plus 148, 150. Definitely wrong lah. Your first row is always wrong. Second row, 2. Just 2. Can already. You got one car, one motorcycle, next one will be two motorcycle. Then 38 minus 2, 36. 2 times 2, 4 wheels. 36 cars will be 36 times 4, 144 wheels. Add together, 148 wheels. Still wrong. Wrong total. Third row must get answer already. The third row must get the answer. If you still can't get the answer, means you don't know how to do this method. You look at the first two rows. When you increase one motorcycle, you have two lesser wheels, right? When you increase one motorcycle, you have two lesser wheels. So what do? Jump to the correct total. And how many lesser wheels? You have 48 lesser wheels. So how many more motorcycles do you have to increase? You just take 48, divide by 2, and you get 24 more motorcycles. And if you have 24 more motorcycle, then how many? 2 plus 24 will be 26. Right? So you got the answer already, right? Because how many motorcycles are there, right? But how to check whether your answer is correct? You take 38 minus 26, you get 12 cars. So we are now checking whether the answer is correct. 26 motorcycles will be 26 times 2, 52 wheels. 12 cars will be 12 times 4, 48 wheels. You add the wheels together, does it give you 100? Yes. And that's how you check whether your answer is correct. Do you understand this method? Three rows get the answer. Miss Ong can't talk about this method for too long. So if you don't understand, watch the video again. This is a good replacement for assumption method if you don't know how to do. Okay? All right, what is assumption method? Now, we are now going to move on to assumption method, which is Mr. Ong's favorite method, the fastest method. Less than 2 minutes can get the answer already. So you need to assume, okay? Assume. And all are what? Assume all are cars, opposite. If the question asks you how many motorcycle, you assume the opposite. So all the vehicles will be cars. Then how many wheels? 38 times 4. Okay, 38 times 4, that would be the total wheels, which is, of course, the wrong total, right? So what is the correct total wheels? So second step, you take the total, which is wrong, minus the total that is correct to get the difference. Okay, the difference. Then the next step, also quite easy. You compare one car with one motorcycle. How many more wheels does one car have? One car has two more wheels. And then after that, what do? Divide. Assumption, last step is always divide in assumption. 32 divided by 2 equal 26. Same. Then you ask Mr. Ong, why like that? Why times minus divide? Why? Then Mr. Ong will have to explain. Mr. Ong will take some time to explain already, but we don't have time for that. Okay, so if you don't understand assumption method, then what do? Do the three rows, get the answer. Otherwise, it will be something like this. All right, there is a big lesson on assumption method, right? It will take one whole lesson to talk about assumption. Okay, but in your school, you should be doing something similar, assumption method. Are you clear? Okay, all right. Okay, let's move on because we still have a few more questions to cover. Okay, now, For my group students, if you need me to go through the assumption method, just remind me. In the group lessons, we will go through that. Okay? Yeah, but right now we don't have much time to talk about the assumption method for too long. Okay, question 28. Jenny had 50% more than Kelly. Number one, if it's a percentage problem, what do? You must always start with 100% first. Always start with 100%. So Jenny must have 50 plus 100. Okay? Always start with 100% first before you plus or minus. Okay, then what happened? Jenny gave half of her stamps. Half means what? Jenny gave half, divide by 2. She gave away 75%, and then she got the other half left. So the other half left is also 75%, right? So that 75%, isn't that 750 left also? Do you understand? Right? So Miss Sun write down over here, Jenny got 150%, right? She gave half, 75% given away, gave. And then the other half will be 75% left, which is how many? Which is 750. Okay? Then you can find one unit. So divide. And you will get how many? 10. Then how many stamps did Kelly have? You look at this. Kelly got 100%, right? So if Kelly got 100%, then that will be 100 times 10. So Kelly must have 1,000. Am I correct? Do you get the answer correct? Uh, who got the answer correct? Anybody got the answer? Only one person. Is my paper one very hard? Okay. All right, let's go to next one. Question 29. Okay, question 29. Okay, speed again. Okay, a car travel at a speed. What is uniform speed? Uniform speed means constant, never changes. Or you can actually don't care lah. Don't even care about this word. A car travel at the speed of 88 kilometer per hour can already for 3 and 1/4 hour. It then travel another 113 kilometer for 2 hours. Find the speed of the car for the whole journey. This one easy to draw the model. The car travel for the first part and then it travel for another part. So you have two-part journey. So this car has a two-part journey. So you have one family, the first family, the second family, and the third family, the boss family, right? This should be familiar to you, Then after that, what do? Plug the numbers and put in the right place. Don't put wrongly. So this is here. And 3 and 1/4 hour is here. It then traveled another 113 kilometer for 2 hours. So what's the average speed for the whole journey? All right. So how to do this? Very easy. The model will guide you. After you draw the model already, go and find the missing blanks. So can I find the total time? All right. To find the average speed for the whole journey, you must know the total distance. You must know the total time. If you don't know, cannot find the speed. So what's the total time? Add the fractions together. 3 and 1/4 plus 2 hours. 5 and 1/4 hour. Right? Can you find the distance traveled by the car? So distance is equal to speed multiplied by time. And again, there's a mixed number. What do? You will have to change the mixed number into a improper fraction. So 88 over 1 times, change the mixed number into improper. Very important. Then you can multiply or divide. Then after that, cancel, divide by 4, divide by 4. Then you can multiply already. 22 times 13. So do your working. So 22 times 13, you will get 286. And then 1 times 1 will be 1. So what's the distance traveled by the car? 286 kilometer. Correct? And then after that, can you find the total distance? So you take 286 plus 113. The total distance is 399 km. And you need to show your steps. Okay, so make sure you show your steps. So 286 plus 113 to get the total distance, 399 kilometer. Then now can you find the average speed for the whole journey? Yeah. What's the average speed? Total distance divided by total time. Wow, there's a lot of working, That's why speed is a bit not easy because you can see there's a lot of dividing, right? A lot of fractions. So what do you do now? Change the mixed number into improper fraction. So 399 over 1 divide by 5 times 4, 20. 20 plus 1 is 21 over 4. Wow, this one is a bit hard to. Okay, in the exam, don't worry. In the exam, you will not have so big numbers in the exam. Okay, so your numbers will be smaller. So keep, change, flip. Okay, flip. All right. Now, so you will have to cancel 39921. So don't worry, in the exam, you don't have such big numbers. So I'm going to do a bit faster for you. You just, if you can use calculator, so I'm going to take this as calculator. We do this using calculator. So if you can use calculator, don't cancel. Just take 399 times 4, you get 1596, and then divided by 21. And then get the answer. So 1596 divided by 21, and you get your answer 76 kilometer per hour. So that's the average speed for the entire journey. Okay? Yeah, so don't worry about this part. This part, but how do you cancel? You have to divide by 3, then keep dividing by 3, divide by 3 until you get the smallest number. Okay? Yeah, but we will skip that because we don't have enough time. All right? Okay? All right, so let's go to the last question already. So far, good so far? Okay, now question 30. I think most of you couldn't do this right. Question 30. Yeah, but then those of you in my group, if you have done your circles already, you should have seen this already. Yeah, so do you revise your lesson or not? Now, the figure below consists of a square and a circle with diameter 20. What is the area of the shaded part? To find the shaded part, you must find the circle area. Then minus away the square area. Alright? And then you get the shaded part. And leave your answer in terms of pi. Okay, so how do we find the circle area? Where is the diameter? The diameter is here. Okay, but do I want to draw like that? If you draw like that, it doesn't help you. You have to draw a bit differently. You have to draw like this. Then it will help you more. Diameter of the circle is also like the diagonal of a square. This is the lesson. The diagonal of the square is the diameter of the circle, which is 20 cm. Right? So what's the area of the circle? Pi r square. Pi, leave your answer in terms of pi. What's the radius? 10. Not 20, You take the diameter, divide by 2, become 10. Pi times 10 times 10. 100 pi. That's the area of the circle. Then how do you find the square area? And that's where you need to revise what you have learned. How do you find the square area? I don't know what's the side of the square. Otherwise, I can take length times length, but I don't know. But can I cut the diagonal into something like this? Can I draw another diagonal? If I draw another diagonal, isn't that the same? And I've cut the square into triangles. Triangles? Then, does it tell you something? Can you find the area of one triangle? So what's the base? The base is 10. What's the height? 10, right? Isn't that what we do in our circle lesson? So you cut the square into diagonals, and then you will see triangles already. And then you find the area of one triangle. Half times base times height. You get 50, which is the area of one square, or one triangle. So if there are four triangles, then 50 times 4. So that will be 200. That's the area of the square already, because the square is made of four triangles. So the square area is 200 cm square. Then how do you get the shaded part? Take away method. Circle area minus square area. Right? Circle area minus square area, and you get the shaded area. Okay? Do you understand now? Yeah. So if you don't know that the square has diagonal, you can't solve it. You can't solve. Right? The square has diagonal. And use a diagonal to help you to find the area of the square. Okay? Any questions? Clear? So is the paper one easy, medium, hard?
So can you turn to question 21? I need see the working.
Question 21. Question
Yeah.
21. Okay, let's jump back to question 21. Question 21 is, okay, this one. Yeah, it's a lot of steps here, a lot of writing here. Okay, now if you know how to draw, if you know how to do must I draw model, then no need. Then you save more time. Right? You save more time by getting the answer faster. Otherwise, if you don't know how to do, you draw the model, That will take a bit more time, but that will help you to get the steps. Okay? All right, so good. All right, now listen carefully to all my group students. I think there's a lot of you who are not here today. Now, uh, your paper one, we will do in on Monday. Okay, Monday. So when you come for your regular lesson, we will not do paper one. All right, because your regular lesson is very short. So we will do paper two. Paper two when you come for your usual lesson. So make sure you do your paper one, and then make sure you come every Monday if you can, so that you can have practice for your paper one. Okay, because for your normal lesson is just paper two only. Understand? Okay, all right. So that then you have balance already. You got paper one and paper two already. All right. Okay. Any questions for Joshua and for Jared? No questions? Okay. So next Monday we still have one more paper one. Then we take a short break. Okay. All right. So I'll see you on next Monday. Right. Okay. So goodbye, everybody. See you next Monday. Yeah. Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye bye,
Bye-bye.
Chavez. Yeah, Chavez. Question? No question. Okay. Bye. Bye. Okay. Bye, Chavez.